Do you ever finish a conversation and feel completely wiped out, even though you were just sitting down? Or maybe you hit the end of your day feeling irritable, foggy, and just off, but you can't figure out why. You haven't run a marathon. You haven't pulled an all-nighter. And yet, you feel like someone unplugged your battery pack and walked off with it. If this sounds familiar, you're not just tired, and you're definitely not crazy. It's very likely you've had an encounter with what people call an energy vampire. Now, this isn't some creature from a fantasy novel. It's a very real way to describe people who, whether they mean to or not, drain your emotional and mental energy, leaving you feeling totally depleted. They feed on your kindness, your empathy, and your willingness to listen, and in return, you're left feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and running on fumes. For years, I just thought this was a normal part of life. I figured that being a good friend, partner, or colleague meant I had to soak up everyone else's negativity and just grin and bear it. But then I learned that my energy is my single most valuable resource. It's the fuel for my creativity, my joy, and my peace. And protecting it isn't selfish, it's absolutely essential. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on this. You're going to learn the 5 subtle, but unmistakable, signs that certain people are stealing your energy. Then, and this is the important part, I'm going to give you 3 powerful, practical habits you can start using today to build an unbreakable shield around your energy, reclaim your vitality, and protect your peace. So, if you are ready to stop feeling drained and start feeling empowered, stick with me. Section 1. The problem 5 signs of an energy vampire. Alright, before we can protect ourselves, we have to know what we're looking for. An energy vampire doesn't have fangs and a cape. Often, they're people we know, love, and see every day, a friend, a family member, a coworker. The real clue isn't who they are, but in how you feel after you've been with them. If you consistently feel anxious, stressed, annoyed, or just plain tired after being around someone, that's your body's alarm system screaming that your energy is being compromised. So let's break down the 5 most common types. As I go through these, see if anyone in your life comes to mind. Sign number 1. The perpetual victim. First up, and maybe the most common, is the perpetual victim. For this person, life is just one long, sad story, and guess what? Nothing is ever their fault. They live in a narrative where they are constantly wronged, by their boss, their partner, by the universe itself. They aren't looking for solutions, they're looking for sympathy. They just want an audience for their saga of suffering. When you first meet them, you probably feel a natural urge to help. You're a kind person, so you listen. You offer advice. You try to show them the silver lining. But you'll quickly notice a pattern. They shoot down every solution you offer. You suggest they talk to their boss, and they'll say, "Oh, that would never work, my boss has it out for me." You suggest a new approach, and they'll say, "I've already tried everything, nothing works for me." The whole interaction is a black hole for your positivity. You pour in logic, encouragement, and support, and it all just vanishes into the void of their stubborn helplessness. Afterward, you feel heavy and frustrated. You feel like you've been running in emotional mud, getting nowhere but using up a massive amount of energy. That burnout is the classic signature of an encounter with the perpetual victim. They don't want to be saved. They want to be endlessly pitied, and your emotional energy is the ticket to their show. Sign number 2. The drama magnet. Next, we've got the drama magnet. This person's life is never calm. It's a constant whirlwind of chaos, conflict, and crisis. They seem to thrive on high-intensity emotions and either create or attract drama wherever they go. A minor disagreement becomes a massive feud. A small hiccup is blown into a full-scale catastrophe. At first, their stories are kind of thrilling. They're great storytellers, often gossiping or speaking with huge, sweeping emotions. They pull you in with the urgency of their latest crisis. You will not believe what just happened. And you find yourself on the edge of your seat. But pretty soon, you realize you're not just watching the show, you're being cast in it. They want you to take sides, to be outraged for them, to get just as worked up as they are. The energy drain here comes from the constant state of high alert they put you in. Your nervous system gets fried by their manufactured chaos. It's like listening to a fire alarm for an hour. Even after it stops, your ears are ringing and your nerves are shot. You walk away feeling rattled, anxious, and overwhelmed, as if you've just lived through their crisis yourself. The drama magnet uses the energy of conflict and other people's emotional reactions as fuel, leaving a trail of exhausted, stressed out people behind them. Sign number 3. The critic and the blamer. This third type is a 2-for-1 deal. The critic and the blamer. On one side, you have the person who finds fault in everything and everyone. Nothing is ever good enough. They criticize your choices, your clothes, your dreams. Got some good news? They'll immediately point out the potential downside. Oh, you got a promotion? Get ready for the nightmare taxes on that. Their pessimism is a wet blanket that smothers any spark of joy you have. The other side of this coin is the blamer. This person has a fatal allergy to accountability. When something goes wrong, they're experts at pointing the finger at literally anyone else. It's always their partner's fault, their coworker's incompetence, or the system that's rigged against them. And if you're close to a blamer, you can easily become their favorite target, leaving you feeling confused, defensive, and unfairly accused. Both the critic and the blamer drain you by forcing you into a constant state of defense and self-doubt. You start second-guessing yourself. You feel like you have to justify every decision or prove your worth. The whole interaction chips away at your self-esteem, leaving you feeling small, inadequate, and emotionally bruised. It's an exhausting mental battle you were never supposed to fight. Sign number 4. The attention hog. You know this person. I call them the attention hog, or the conversational narcissist. They are the master of turning every conversation into a monologue, starring them. They might ask how you are, but it's not a real question. It's just a launchpad for their own stories. You start to tell them about a problem you're facing, and they'll jump in with, "That's nothing. Let me tell you about the time I..." They one-up your experiences, downplay your problems, and make sure the spotlight always finds its way back to them. Talking to an attention hog is like playing tennis with someone who never lets you serve. You're just there to hit their ball back. They show little genuine interest in your life because, in their movie, they're the star and you're just a background actor. It's not a dialogue, it's a monologue you just happen to be present for. The energy drain is huge because a fundamental human need, to be seen and heard, is completely ignored. You walk away feeling invisible, unimportant, and just empty. It's a lonely feeling to be in a conversation with someone but feel like you weren't even there. That emptiness is the vacuum they leave behind after they've sucked up all the air in the room. Sign number 5. The taker. Finally, we have the taker. This energy vampire sees relationships as purely transactional, but the street only goes one way. They are masters of manipulation, often using guilt, flattery, or emotional blackmail to get what they want. They'll ask for your time, your emotional support, your help, your money. And you give, because you're a good person. But when the tables turn and you need something, they're ghosts. Suddenly, they have an excuse, or worse, they flip it around and make you feel guilty for asking. For example, if you ask for help, they might say, "I can't believe you're asking me for that when you know how stressed I am right now." This creates a wildly unbalanced dynamic that leaves you feeling used, unappreciated, and resentful. You feel like an emotional ATM, constantly being withdrawn from with no deposits ever made. Over time, this erodes your trust and makes you feel foolish for ever being so generous. That feeling of being exploited is a deep, painful energy drain that can make you afraid to connect with anyone. If any of these sound familiar, just take a deep breath. Awareness is the first step. You're not imagining it. And now that you can spot an energy vampire, let's talk about what to do about it. The bridge. Okay, so you know the signs. The big question is, how do you stop them from draining you? It's not always realistic, or even what you want, to just cut these people out of your life. It might be your mom, your boss, or your best friend since kindergarten. The answer isn't about changing them. It's about changing how you manage your own energy when they're around. It's about building protective habits that keep your inner peace safe and sound. So, let's get into the solution. Here are 3 powerful habits you can start practicing today to protect your energy and take your life back. Section 2. The Solution 3 Habits to Protect Your Energy. Habit number 1. The "I don't know, I do know" boundary script. your most powerful tool against energy drain is a strong boundary. But let's be honest, most of us are scared to set them. We don't want to be rude or start a fight. That's where this simple, but incredibly effective, script comes in. I call it the "I don't know, I do know" script. Here's how it works. When you're in a draining conversation, with a victim who won't stop complaining, or a critic who's tearing you down, you use this formula. I don't know if you intend to, but I do know that. Let's see it in action. Imagine that coworker who is always complaining, sucking you into their vortex of negativity. Instead of just nodding along until you want to pull your hair out, you can say, I don't know if you mean to, but I do know that when our chats focus only on the negative, I leave feeling really drained and unmotivated. I really need to protect my focus for work, so I have to step away from this conversation now. So, why does this work so well? The "I don't know if you intend to" part is genius. It gives them the benefit of the doubt. It's not an attack. You're not saying, "You're trying to drain me." You're saying, "I don't know what your intention is." And they can't really argue with that. The second part, "but I do know that," is where you take your power back. You are stating your experience and your feelings as undeniable facts. I do know I feel drained. I do know I need to step away. These are non-negotiable. You're not asking for permission, you're informing them of your boundary. You can adapt this for anyone. To a drama magnet friend. I don't know if you mean for this to be so intense, but I do know that I'm feeling really overwhelmed by this story, and I need to change the subject for my own peace of mind. To a taker family member who is guilt-tripping you. I don't know if you're trying to make me feel guilty, but I do know that I feel pressured right now, and my answer is no. Using this will feel weird at first. Your heart might pound. But every time you do it, you're building a muscle of self-respect. You are teaching people how you expect to be treated, and that's one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. Habit number 2. The daily energy audit. You can't manage what you don't measure. We track our money, our steps, our calories. So why not our most precious resource, our energy? The second habit is to start a daily or weekly energy audit. It's a simple mindfulness practice that takes maybe 5 minutes. At the end of each day or week, grab a journal or a note on your phone and ask yourself 3 questions. What or who gave me energy today? Think about the moments, activities, or conversations that left you feeling lighter, happier, or inspired. Was it that quiet morning coffee? A walk outside? A chat with a supportive friend? List them out. What or who drained my energy today? Time for some honest reflection. Scan through your day. Did a specific meeting give you a headache? Did that phone call with a certain relative leave you exhausted? Was it scrolling through negative news? Name the vampires, both human and situational. Based on this, what's one small thing I'll do differently tomorrow? This isn't about a life overhaul. It's about small, strategic tweaks. For example, tomorrow, I will keep my chat with the critic coworker to 5 minutes max. Tomorrow, I'll schedule a 10-minute walk after that draining weekly meeting. This week, I'll make a plan to see a supportive friend who always lifts me up. The energy audit is a game changer because it sharpens your self-awareness. It moves you from being a passive victim of energy drain to being the active architect of your own well-being. You start seeing the patterns. You realize your energy isn't just random, it's a direct response to your choices and your environment. This practice empowers you to intentionally bring in more of what fills you up, and build defenses against what tears you down. Habit number 3. The visualization shield. This final habit is a powerful one that mixes practical psychology with a more spiritual approach. It's called the visualization shield. This is a mindfulness practice that uses the power of your own mind to create a feeling of a protective barrier around you. Think of it like putting on an invisible suit of armor before you head out into the world. You can do this in just 2 minutes every morning, or right before walking into a situation you know will be draining. Here's the idea. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Feel your feet on the floor, and imagine roots growing down from your feet, anchoring you to the earth. Feel stable and grounded. Now, imagine a beautiful, shimmering light forming just above your head. Pick any color that feels strong and protective to you. Maybe a brilliant white, a solid gold, or a calm, tranquil blue. Picture this light slowly coming down, forming a bubble or an egg-shaped shield all around your body, completely surrounding you. This shield feels solid and strong, but you can still send positive energy out from within it. Now, set an intention for this shield. You can say silently to yourself, "This shield helps me stay centered in my own energy. It deflects negativity that doesn't serve me. My own energy stays with me, vibrant and whole. I am safe and peaceful in this light." If you want, you can picture someone who tends to drain you approaching this bubble. See their negative words or energy just hitting the outside of your shield and sliding right off, unable to get in. See yourself inside the bubble, calm, centered, and completely okay. Take one more deep breath, feeling the reality of this protection. Then open your eyes and go about your day. This is a profound act of taking charge of your own inner state. You are setting a powerful intention for your mind and body to maintain its integrity. It's a way of deciding, ahead of time, that your inner peace is not up for grabs. Conclusion. So, that's the roadmap. We've identified the 5 key types of energy vampires: the perpetual victim, the drama magnet, the critic and blamer, the attention hog, and the taker. And more importantly, you're now armed with 3 powerful, life-changing habits to protect yourself: the I don't know, I do know boundary script, the daily energy audit, and the visualization shield. Remember, your energy is your most valuable asset. It's more precious than your time or money, because it's what lets you feel joy, be creative, love, and live a life that feels like yours. You are not a dumping ground for the world's negativity. You have the right, and the responsibility, to protect your peace. That's not rude or selfish. It's essential self-care. Start small. Pick just one of these habits to try this week. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every time you set a boundary or consciously protect your energy, you're sending a powerful message to yourself that you are worthy of feeling good. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If this was helpful, please let me know in the comments which one of the 3 habits you're going to try first. Is it the boundary script, the energy audit, or the visualization shield? Sharing your intention is a powerful way to commit to it. And of course, if you want more practical strategies for living a more empowered life, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thank you so much for investing this time in yourself today. You absolutely deserve it.